welcome to the Robloxian Report, one of the only active Roblox podcasts. Today's date is April 10th, and I'm Awesam2399.
And I'm Destructicon.
Wait, hold on. I just did it wrong. Today's date is May 10th. Welcome to episode... Yeah. I'm so used to April, dude.
April?
Time is flying by. I'm not going to lie.
It is if you keep throwing clocks out the window.
That is true. Welcome to episode 17. Des, do you know what's almost as fun as playing Roblox?
Doing a podcast about it?
No, that's third. Second is watching others play Roblox, at least in my opinion. And that's what Kingolight is here to talk to us about. Kingo, welcome to the podcast. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Kingolight. I run the Roblox Sporting Network. I've been running that for about 3 years, and I've had an absolute blast doing it, and honored to be here.
You already know us. We're the Robloxian Report, Awesam and Des. And Kingo, I'm going to put you on the spot again. Sorry, but what have you been playing lately?
Absolutely, a lot of Roblox sports, obviously, gotta keep the streaming up, gotta be very active with that when you do it as often, because, you want to make sure you keep the audience engaged and, keep the followers coming in and all that. And outside of Roblox, I'm playing a lot of Pokemon. I love Pokemon, one of my favorite games, so.
That's awesome. Des, what have you been playing?
I was playing Fishing Simulator.
That's right.
Fishing Simulator recently.
Oh,
I talked way too much about that in the last episode, so I'm not going to say much, but it got a new update, and honestly, when I looked at the update, I genuinely could not tell what the heck it was. It said that it added a new island, but I see no such island. I might just be blind. I probably am.
The island you've been looking for does not exist, or has been moved to another file location. Yeah.
The island you are looking for does no longer exist. Please, try again at a later date.
Goodbye.
What have you been playing lately?
I've been messing around. I've just been trying. I find myself being unwilling, unlike you, Des, to just stick to one game. I want to keep moving around, trying new games, and I got on like a courtroom simulator last night because because Roblox recommended a what was it? A Supreme Court simulator. It had like 3 players, one of them being me. And so it wasn't very fun. The courtroom simulator was a little more fun, but in general, it was more of a chaos. It was a super chaotic experience. Would not recommend, honestly. I think, honestly, it's probably best to find some games that you like and then stick to them. But I always just want to keep exploring, trying new things, so I refuse to.
And that's why you wonder why when you ask to play a game with me and wait for you on it, I don't.
I suppose that's true. I gotta fess up to that. Let's move on. It's time for some Roblox news. Again, we don't have a ton of news this week. Again, it's development season. And so everyone's just busy working hard on their games. The Roblox game dev subreddit has been super busy because of that, but it doesn't leave a ton of room for us to do stuff. But we do have one big piece of news this week. That would be Roblox rolling out its new anti-cheat system. The system, called Hyperion, is developed by Bifront Technologies, which Roblox, I cannot speak today, acquired back in November 2022. Already, it's been majorly effective, as you can see just by spending a few minutes on subreddits dedicated to major Roblox exploits. Many users are now seeing the now already infamous code 272, meaning Hyperion has detected a possible exploit program active on your computer and hardware banned your computer. The announcement comes fully after Roblox ended support for 32-bit PC systems last week, switching fully over to 64-bit PC systems. That means for all you out there playing on your grandpa's Windows XP computer, you can no longer access Roblox. Sorry.
Well, darn.
I mean, the thing is, though, I don't think Roblox ever supported Windows XP to start. So, but if you did, if you managed...
I'm playing on my one computer that I use every so often in a fraction of a second.
Wow.
That's
rare.
My grandpa's computer.
Yeah. And it's probably a Windows Vista, Windows 7.
Windows of some variety. I don't know, man.
Yeah, Roblox hasn't, I don't think, ever supported Windows XP. So if you manage to play Windows XP on, if you
If you
manage
to play Windows XP on Roblox,
if you manage to play Roblox on Windows XP, please reach out to us.
And explain how to do sorcery, because we'd love to know.
Yeah, the minimum Roblox system supported is Windows 7. And as far as I can tell, that's always been the minimum.
Yeah. Did it support XP when it like first came out? Because keep in mind, it did start in like 2005 is my only question. I mean, maybe at that point.
Did it?
Yeah. I'm fairly certain it went down to a 16-bit. I don't know what Windows XP is, but...
Yeah, anyway, what do you all think of this?
Well, absolutely. I think, as someone who streams competitive Roblox and Roblox Sports, it's been great because unfortunately there was a rampant cheating problem before, and it really did affect the integrity of the game, when it comes down to like, these people are competing for championships, sometimes Roblox prizes, like big ones. And when you got these cheaters affecting the game, it sucked. It really did.
Yeah.
I will say though, however, it also does affect, and this is what does suck, it affects content creation in ways you wouldn't think so. I have friends who are very talented at what they do, and they have permission from the game developers to essentially use the exploits to make their content look better. Like with scoreboards and GUIs and stuff that aren't actually in the game. They can use the exploits, and they have permission from the person who made the game on Roblox to do it. And now they can't because of this, which is unfortunate. That's the only thing that I think is a drawback.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. I will say, I did recently see something in the largest Roblox Discord server that Roblox is allowing FPS unlockers and such, things that I feel like should be allowed by Hyperion, but maybe it's not for whatever reason with some of those specific programs. So, I don't know. We don't have any Metaverse news or Roblox events. Again, it's Dev Week. People are being busy making cool things. We're gonna move on to what most people are probably here for. Talk about you, Kingolight. So let's start with this. How did you get into Roblox?
Well, absolutely. It's kind of a long story here. It's kind of a funny one too. So back when I was in middle school, so maybe 10, 11 years ago now. Gosh, I feel old again. We used to, when it was recess time and we would give us a computer time for recess, they would let us play on the computer, and we would usually play Minecraft. But we were middle school kids, so we didn't pay for it. So we just Googled Minecraft for free, and it would come up. Back then, it's like, it was so easy to find. And then they took it down eventually midway through the school year. And we were like, we were distraught. We were like, what do we do? What do we do? So we Googled games like Minecraft, and the first thing that came up was Roblox. So that became our new normal game to play at recess time. Eventually, I had a lot of fun playing it, so I decided to download it and play it at home. So, and then, that's kind of how I got into the whole Roblox scene as a whole. As for Ro Sports, that kind of came into, effect a little later on down the line. I played some public Ro Sports games, but like in terms of leagues, I started around 2013, late 2013, when OFL started, I was there since the beginning, which has now been running for over 10 years, pretty much. So I've been in there for, pretty much since the beginning of that. It's been a lot of fun. And that's kind of was my first league, and that's why I'm so like passionate about that league in particular.
That's awesome. Yeah. All three of us are easily outside Roblox's ideal audience range. And now I know I'm
going to be honest. I don't know if people at home know this. They probably do. I'm probably just stupid. What exactly is that age range? Ideally,
I'd say maybe middle school. So
when I started,
right about when Kingo started.
Okay, I need a number.
I'm not good with that.
Maybe up to like 15 max.
Actually, 14, 15. That's probably where I'd put it, honestly, as well. Yeah.
Oh, Sam, you're right about there.
Shut up. All three of us are probably close to being outside of the range, if not already. What drives you to keep playing Roblox today, besides RSN?
Wow.
He's like, crap, that was my only reason.
No, that's not my only reason. No, I mean, I just am trying to think here about how to word this because I think it's one of those things. I was playing for so long. When I started playing in middle school, I loved it, and especially like with OFL, because OFL, as you know, I have a special place in my heart for as a league. I mean, I cover other leagues too, obviously, but OFL will always be my favorite because I was there since the beginning. I think being there since the beginning, and seeing it grow so often, and it's kind of like almost like a friend in a way where you've seen it grow with you and you've grown with it, it's grown with you, and you help each other. As weird as that sounds, yeah. But I think it's my passion to see it keep going, even if not as active playing as I once was. Streaming, I can still active or still active in the community. And even if I don't stream anymore, or were to stop streaming, I'm sure I would still like follow along and try to keep up with what's going on because I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I know you went into this a bit earlier, but would you be willing to elaborate on just kind of what the story behind Roblox Sporting Network is?
Absolutely. So Roblox Sporting Network is obviously, for those of you unaware, it's my streaming service. I stream on Twitch and TikTok now as well. For Roblox sporting events. Typically regular sporting events. I also do sometimes like first person shooter tournaments and stuff. I've been doing that for about 3 years now. The way I got started in it was, I got started with the playing in Rose Sports, and then about during when the pandemic started, I was like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling playing as much anymore, but I still wanted to be involved. So I said, I want to start streaming, and I had some really big inspirations, who really got the ball rolling and wanted me to do it. I wanted to do it for a long time beforehand. I just never knew how to, and then was too lazy to look it up. I'm not gonna lie. So I wish I started sooner, but it just didn't happen. But I want to give a huge shout out to the people who inspired me, in particular Kiri Callie, Big Man Wet, and Daddy Isaac. I know I got some weird names, but those were their Twitch usernames. And
the best
those were
usernames are the weird ones.
absolutely. And
That's the truth.
I got to give them a huge shout out. They helped me out a ton. I had a blast. I've worked with them, and they do such great content too on Rose Sports. A lot of them are not as active as they used to be, but they were very big inspirations to help me out, and they really got me, to say, let's do it. Why not?
That's awesome. Yeah. How do you choose what games or sports to stream? I know you mentioned OFL as being one of your passions and your favorite league. How do you choose specifically what streams on your channel and who streams what else? Who streams other games?
Absolutely. I think one of the things is I want to be entertained. So if I find it fun, I'll probably do it. That's one thing that can help. It's like I'm not gonna do like games that like probably won't entertain me unless they'll give me a big audience. Because if I get a big enough audience, I'll probably be entertained regardless. So I think that's something because I like being able to interact. One of my favorite things to do is interact with people. I've always said I will never turn my DMs off. You'll catch me dead before I turn my DMs off to interact with people because I love interacting with my fans and talking with them. Yeah, I mean, helping out people join Rose Sports because I want to help Rose Sports grow. I absolutely love it. I've been doing it for 10 years now, and I wouldn't be doing it for 10 years if I didn't love it. So I think when it comes down to that, yeah, I think just being able to interact with people, meet new people, grow, Rose Sports as well as RSN. I think those are all factors that help into it. And I think, like, let's say, like, someone DMs me to stream a football league. It's like someone, and the football league might have like 1,000 members. I'm less likely to stream a football league that has 1,000 members than I am to stream, like, let's say a basketball league maybe that has like 500 members because row football is bigger than row basketball. So, like, if you were to do a row basketball league with 500 members, it might be the biggest row basketball league. And I'm more willing to do a big league for a sport than like a side league that's bigger than the main league for another sport, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
that's awesome. Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Because like most sports have like 10,000 different leagues for them. So like, I could probably name like 20 different row football leagues just off the top of my head. And like, there's what they refer to as main leagues and side leagues. The main leagues are like, LFG, OFL, AFL. Those have like 5,000 plus members each. And then like side leagues are like, okay, you're getting less members, and then, the competition's less, you're gonna get less viewership. You're gonna get, there's a lot of factors in that. When it comes down to that too, it's also like, when you take like a look at like row basketball, you might be like, okay, 500 members might be the main league for row basketball because there's different metrics per sport because, depends on the sport.
Yeah. Are there ways out there that you use to measure largest league? Do you look for something that denotes, oh yeah, this is the largest league, or this is where I think I can gain the most viewers from?
It's not fully about viewers too. It's also if I can have fun with it. I don't want to think. I want to be like, oh, he only cares about viewers, because I do want to have fun with it too. And I think one of the things is, if it has a high Discord member count, if it has a good Roblox group member count, they have like a Roblox group. Those are indications that, wow, this league has been around for a while. And I think another thing is I'm really into history in real life, history of sports, and then obviously Roblox sports. So you combine all three of those things. That's really cool. Like I'm really into history, like like U.S. history, and like I'm really into like the history of the NFL. So like I could probably name every Super Bowl champion off the top of my head if I really wanted to. And then you combine that and you take Roblox sports history. I'm really into that. Like I could probably name you the entire roster of like an OFL team from 5 years ago and name their entire roster if you wanted me to. So I think when leagues have a big history too, that's another indication and factor that I'm like, wow, this has been running for a long time. They have solid infrastructure, they know what they're doing.
It's a bit of a dream come true.
Yeah.
It seems like running RSN is a lot of work. How do you keep up with other commitments? Because, I mean, all of us have lives outside the screen.
Do we?
For the most part.
I was about to say, do I? No, I'm good. Yeah. I think...
we do?
You do. Maybe you don't, but...
Crap, I dropped mine.
Hate
you
to
might
see
help
it.
me find it one day?
Maybe.
I think, honestly, it's just, knowing when you need a break. Knowing when you're feeling burnt out, especially, because, burnout sucks. And one thing I've always said about streaming is you need to be yourself. If you're yourself, and I'm going to touch on this a little more later, if you're yourself, people are going to like it. And they're going to enjoy your content more. Versus when you're just, showing up to show up and do it, you're not going to be resonating with people as much because you're just going through the motions. You gotta make sure you connect with your audience. And I think sometimes when I'm not feeling like I'm connecting with my audience as much, I'll sit there and I'll be like, maybe we'll take like a little less streams this week, and we'll rekindle my fire for doing it.
Take breaks.
Yeah. Load management, as they say in basketball.
Yeah. Kind of going off of that, what advice might you have for anyone looking to enter the streaming and content creation side of Roblox?
So, especially when you're first starting, I think being active is important, being passionate, loving what you do, being yourself, resonating with people. And, the other thing I'd say too is, of course, connect with people, connect with your fans. I mean, if your fans are reaching out to you, I've dealt with so many people who it's like, they just don't interact with their fans. It's like, I'm baffled. I always love responding to comments and messages and stuff. And I love being like, yeah, interacting with these people. They're giving me a platform. I owe it to them to respond to them and interact with them. And even if I didn't enjoy it, but I do enjoy it. But even if I didn't, I would owe it to them because these people, they're awesome. You know what I'm saying? They're like, they're giving me the platform that I have.
Yeah. What's been your most memorable moment while streaming?
You see, there's a few ways I can think about this. It could be what is the most memorable game I streamed, like in terms of the game quality of the game. I think the best game I streamed was probably my first season streaming for OFL was like my second month streaming. There's a really intense playoff game where like one of the greatest teams ever was going up against some wild card team, and the wild card team was able to beat them in like a huge upset off a Hail Mary. And that was crazy. That was a lot of fun. But I think ultimately my proudest moment, I would say, would be either the LFG Season 7 Super Bowl, where I hit over 1,200 viewers on Twitch. It was pretty awesome. That was awesome because, that was a huge accomplishment. We broke viewership records at the time for LFG games, and I think really helped put LFG on the map with that game, which now LFG has like 30,000 Discord members, so they're pretty big.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, so we did a lot of things with that stream that I think innovated and pushed the bar forward for what a Rose Sports stream could be. Doing pre-game shows that are pre-recorded, animations, like in-game and stuff, like, touch animations, replicating some real-life sports graphics that you see. I think that was really, really unique. And then we did it again on a much larger scale in Victory Bowl 31 for the OFL. Fortunately for Victory Bowl 31, the game was a complete blowout. It wanted to be like 47-10 or something. And it's like, oh no, put in all this work for nothing. But it's still, in terms of the production of that game, that is my proudest moment. The production of that game, everything went according to plan. It was a lot of fun. I think Super Bowl 7 for LFG, though, is up there too, because the production went just as well. Even if it was a smaller scale production, it still was a pretty big one. It was probably the biggest at the time. And the game was really good. So you could go a toss-up between those three moments.
It's awesome, yeah.
One more thing. I'm sorry, I was going to say.
No, go
also,
right
I worked with a college football player, like a real life one, from the University of Michigan. He's a wide receiver. His name is Roman Wilson. I've streamed with him a couple times now. He's been on for co-commentary and stuff, which is really awesome. Working with someone like Roman, is a lot of fun. And a couple other big name people like Gap TV, working with other people has been a lot of fun. And, awesome. Interacting with these content creators who, like, some of them I've grown up watching. I'm like, wow, I'm actually like talking with them and like working with them now. That's insane.
That's awesome, yeah. You keep throwing this term around, Rose Sports. Do you think that this is it has a pretty large fan base already from what I've seen, and from what you've talked about. Where do you think this is gonna go next?
That is interesting, because I think they kind of been shrinking a little bit lately, in terms of viewership and stuff, activity. I think a lot of the people who played them have played them since the beginning as well, like me, and are growing older. So in that regard, yeah, it makes it tough, because, people get lives as they get older. You don't have much time to just sit in front of your computer. But I think also, hopefully you can get a new generation. And I think, I'm sure that's happening in some of the other leagues. OFL, unfortunately, it's so set in its people, where it's difficult. LFG, there's a lot of new people coming in. I don't know. It's very difficult to say where that's going to go. I just hope it continues to do what it does, and, hope it continues to do a great job. The other thing I was going to say is, I wanted to touch on one more thing here. I think we also have a lot of really awesome young content creators coming in and streaming Rose Sports, who are just so talented themselves. A lot of them will always message me whenever whenever they see me, and they'll be like, hey, you inspired me to start doing this. And that's always so amazing, to hear that I've inspired people to do the same thing, especially like someone like one of my good friends. His name is RSPN, or Rose Sport Programming Network, who does such a great job. And he, he is grown to have now over almost 4,000 followers himself. And he does such a great job with his animations, his graphics, everything. I mean, he's everything I would want to be in a lot of ways. And I think when I think about that, that I've inspired so many people to do the same thing. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
What's coming next then for you, for Roblox Sporting Network? You're obviously going to continue doing what you do. Yeah. Is there anything special you have planned that you think you want to try to do?
I think one of the things I'm really looking forward to is I want to start maybe make a game studio for it. Maybe one of the things I'd like to do would be make gaming for sports games, obviously, but more sports that like don't have as much of a like scene on Roblox. Like, I mean, if I were to make like a football game, there's already like 50 million football games in Roblox. So I do more like sports like that aren't as popular on Roblox, and try to get them like a competitive scene and grow them, and stuff. I think the other thing I'd like to do is I actually am probably starting an OFL podcast myself, which should be exciting. That's obviously a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I feel like there's something else I wanted to do, but I can't remember off the top of my head, and it's driving me nuts. But there was something else I had planned for it, but
yeah, no worries.
If I remember, I'll bring it up.
Well, actually, one of the biggest reasons we have Kingolight on this week is, and maybe this is what you were forgetting, it's because we're actually launching an official partnership and sponsorship for the next couple of weeks. Catch ads for the Robloxian Report on Roblox Sporting Network games. And I encourage you, the listener, to dive deeper and really get connected and get in touch with these leagues. As we mentioned, there's a huge fan base of row sports out there, and find your niche and get out there. And yeah, it's a really awesome community, just from what I've seen from this small amount of time I've spent in it.
Absolutely. I want to say two things real quick. I was going to say, one, we're always looking for new people probably to start streaming and refereeing. We actually pay people to ref and stream games. So if you're qualified to do those, I mean, feel free. I mean, if you want to be in the media and stuff, we always are looking for that. And the other thing is, I'm going to say, if you guys are coming here and you guys are listening to the podcast because you're a fan of myself, make sure you guys subscribe to the Robloxian Report. They do such a great job, and their content is amazing. Make sure you guys check them out and, support them. They do such an amazing job.
Appreciate it, Kingo. Yeah. All right. I guess, Des, I'm going to hand it off to you real quick to run through the game updates.
All right. I do believe it is time for game updates with Des.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You boy. So iHeartLand has shuffled around a bit with an expanded State Farm neighborhood now floating on its own and accessible by a portal. They also added a listener leaderboard and upgrades to the beat absorber and sound energy backpack.
Not bad, not bad.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Creatures of Sonaria has added the brand new Fyranal creature in the Photovore in the Photo Explorer. It's like the Photo Gotcha, I think it's called, but it's like Photovore. Like eats plants. The creature.
Wait, herbivore?
No, Photovore.
Okay.
Not eats plants. Eats like plants. Photosynthesizes.
Oh, okay.
I'm great at English, okay?
I can tell.
The Fyranal has a lot of burn stats, and a lot of people are calling it the chili pepper creature, which is neat.
That's kind of a fun name.
Car Dealership Tycoon has added a long-anticipated update in the community, one that has been requested for ages, the ability to upgrade your car.
That's awesome, yeah.
Your car can now get engine upgrades, which will change the top speed and acceleration of your vehicle. Cool little neat thing I'd like to note with that is that every car does not start off with the same default engine. There are 4 ranks of engines. I mean, obviously, the better the car you buy, the better. Yep. Like the Fiat Multiply, like a Fiat's not going to have the same engine as a Koenigsegg right off the bat.
Yep.
But a really cool thing I noticed is that for some cars, you can actually make them worse than they originally were because you can buy a lower engine than the one they come stock with, which hilarious. I find funny. And Adopt Me, a game that I do not cover on this podcast very much, we very much do not, has added a clear-out sale because a lot of stuff in the premium shop is in fact leaving.
Premium?
Yeah, the premium shop.
Okay, all right.
That is how you say the word, right? Premium?
No.
Premium?
No, it's premium.
Premium. Premium. I can't English, okay?
Now you're making me question my sanity.
I questioned mine ages ago, man.
Questioned and lost it.
Well, speaking of Adopt Me real quick,
the answer was that I lost it.
I was going to say, speaking of Adopt Me real quick, there's actually someone from the Row Sport community who actually went on to become a dev for Adopt Me. Is like,
really?
Bank off of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was going to add one more thing. Actually, I just want to say that recently a really cool Row football game came out while we were talking about game updates. I figured there would be a perfect time. They've been playing a lot lately called Ultimate Football. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys want to check that out ever, it's a lot of fun. It's like a public game. So
go check out Ultimate Football, I guess.
Ultimate Football, yeah. That'll be all for this episode. Kingo, where can we find you?
Absolutely. You can find me at Roblox Sporting Network on Twitch TV as well as TikTok. Those are my 2 main platforms that I post and stream on. I also am on Instagram and Twitter, but I'm not as active on those. But again, Roblox Sporting Network. Kingolight on Discord. If you join my Discord, I mean, my DMs are open. You guys can always DM me. I always love interacting with you guys. And I want to say, once again, thank you to the Robloxian Report. You guys are the best. And make sure you guys drop a follow and subscribe to the Roblox Sporting Network as well as the Robloxian Report.
Kingo, it was an absolute pleasure to have you on. And I hope it won't be the last time. It was a real entertaining episode.
It was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm free whenever, so just let me know.
Awesome. Well, for the Robloxian Report, I'm Awesome2399.
And I'm Jess Rocticon.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a good one.
And stay safe out there.